on,
fellas.
Man Cave Sundays. Let's do it.
You got women up in the club trying to drop it like it's hot. See how his mind is.
Conversation. This is the place where the men gonna let it all out. Be honest, transparent. The leaders and fathers. As men, we understand the nature of men is to be protected.
Women with Dorito booties.
Why you had to go there?
Dorito. What's
See,
Dorito?
Jimmy.
See all of the thong.
Well,
Yeah.
It may not have been a thorn at first. It may turn into one.
Well, that's where you have a big. That's where you have a big booty, and the underwear is. We need our women. What we don't need. I'm not gonna say that extra bullshit, but we're not gonna get into that. I'm just saying.
No. Let's get into it, Jimmy. You brought it up.
I needed Savage to see that just to let him know, hey, I ain't no Joe Blow, man.
Nah, but you used to wrestle.
All types of things, baby.
You used to wrestle?
Huh? That ain't got nothing to do with wrestling. I told you I'm a horseshoe champion, bro.
I never played that, so I
didn't know they give out those like wrestling belts for the horseshoe joint.
Hey, look, all you got to do, man, is find something to do, man. You got to stay constructive. Not only that, I do it to motivate and encourage my community as well. The uplift and build up men in my community. Because it's a lot of people that do some of the things we don't do. Wine bibbers, sinners, drinkers. They working class people, and as well, some of them are in the streets. But it give me a chance to network with them and spend time with them to encourage them and build them up. So. That's what I do. I just get out and build relationships and spend time with people in the community.
Right. Aaron, what you do this weekend? Your mic is on.
Oh, I'm down in Cape Coral, Florida, with my brother. About 5 of my cousins came. My uncle, my aunt came down. They just went out. They just flew back home this morning. But I'm still down here enjoying the life. My brother got an indoor pool. We just been having fun, chilling. My birthday tomorrow, so I'm just chilling.
Cool. I'll tell you what, got an interesting topic for today. Before we get that, let me just go ahead and throw this up on the screen right quick. All right, let's get it. All right, the subject for today: men's most basic needs in a relationship. What's a must?
It's really basic
for you.
I look like peace.
I think for me, For me, it's companionship, you know, and trust and support.
Right.
Those things right there, and, you know, sexual, you know, fulfill. I think being sexual connected is always something to relationship. No matter whether it's verbally connected, physically connected,
Right.
you know, you got to have some type of touch and, you know, just that bondage, that sexual drive, whether it's just talking to me or just, you know, just doing what married couples do. You know, I need that support though. That I need that trust from you that you're gonna support me. That's one of my basic needs. If you can support me and you can love me for who I am, everything else I think will follow.
Yeah, but I think also too, man, that you know, at the end of the day, we want to feel like a man, and there's certain things that women can do that make you feel like a man, and some things they can do that I'm not sure what the opposite of a man is, though. But I think at the end of the day, we want to feel like a man in a relationship. Sometimes I think the way some things are in our relationship, it kind of takes away from that. Like women, how women like flowers and nice things done for them and gifts. Those are things that make them feel feminine. It makes them feel like a woman. It makes them feel wanted as a woman. And we have our own needs too. And I think at the end of the day, we want to feel like a man.
I think what you probably want to say, Anthony, are you saying you don't feel like a man, or you need to be appreciated as a man? Because ain't no one to make me feel like a man because I'm already a man. I want to be appreciated and feel and your support like I'm leading, but I don't think I'm already a man, so she can't take that away from me.
No, but I mean kind of like in a way of there's just certain things that we desire as men that make you feel appreciated as a man. You know, that's basically what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Appreciated as a man.
Yeah. Right. So that's like they like gifts. I mean, gifts doesn't make them a female, but they like it. It makes them more feminine. They get all soft. You know, when you give them those things, it makes them getting their toes done. Those are feminine things. I'm not saying a man can't, but you know what I'm saying. Like even nails, stuff like that.
About 30 minutes. About 30
30
minutes until they woke up.
Being totally honest, I feel like one of man's most greatest needs is in a relationship is respect. You know, being that God has given us dominance and control, you know, being God has given men authority to rule and reign in the earth realm, know, respect is going to be one of the greatest needs that I feel the male seed needs.
Agreed. I agree.
Yeah, respect goes a long ways.
And I think we're very physical too. So, you know, most men on the top of most guys' list is probably be someone that's, you know, definitely sexually compatible, but we're just very physical beings. For us, it doesn't take much as it does for them. Psychologically, they gotta be really into it. You know, sometimes, and we don't sometimes have to actually be there like they do. But I think that we sexually probably desire a little bit more than what women do, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, women are really emotional beings.
Yeah. What you got, Jim?
Well, I'll start off with the respect thing. That's a definite respect first out the door. One thing I need personally myself, I'm a different breed of people, right? So if I have chose a woman and they've been with me for a long period of time, right? And they know I'm this person, I'm this, you know what I mean? I've done my little, you know, changes to be with the person and show companionship and shit like this, but I'm who I am. You know what I mean? And for years to go down the road and someone like try to change the rules up a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't do this and this and that, or try to say like, why didn't you do this? Or you're supposed to do this when you know I'm this type of person. I don't like people who try to change you. Like, no matter how many years go by, they try to change you or try to make you want to, you know, this is not what I do. You know this. That's why this long. If you didn't like it, you shouldn't last this long with who I am. You know what I mean? So respect who I am as the person I put out there. Knowing that I'm genuine, full of heart, love and all that stuff, but it's like I do things my way. And that's just how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. So I don't like someone who tries to act like, oh, you see, even over the years, you're gonna be like, oh, you need to be not that person that I know and loved already. Because and you need to change that. No, I'm not changing. This is who I am. I'm too old to be doing that shit.
Yeah.
So that's personally what I need, respect of who the hell I am.
Yeah. And then, also too, man, just, a woman trusting that I'm a leader. In some situations, some relationships, man, it's like sometimes there's it's like a struggle about the man leading or the woman leading. But at the end of the day, personally for me, it's one that believes in me as a man and know that I can lead. Because you can still be a leader, but a person will have to believe in you in order for you to lead them. And sometimes that's a struggle all in itself. So for me, that's one of the big things is a woman respecting me as a leader and don't try to bring me lower than what I should be. I do believe a man should compromise. I'm not saying it should always be a man's way, but compromise is some is very important in a relationship. But that's me.
To be honest with you, I dealt with some situations similar to what you're talking about because when I first got involved with my wife, when we first started really bringing it together and getting really serious, it was real serious, because she was so used to leading. It was really a power struggle for her, considering there was never a real man or a real male in her life to motivate and encourage her or push her to the next level in order to let me lead. So you have to be very careful about that.
Yeah. And I got to say this real quick too. I think sometimes some women lose kind of faith with that too because oftentimes they gave it up to guys that really wasn't leaders in the first place. So they're damaged. They don't know what to look for, and they really got to reevaluate themselves before they figure that out. But women more than often always give that to the wrong dudes that do not deserve it, and maybe because they don't really know themselves what a true man is. I don't know.
But you know what happens?
In order to have basic needs, you have to know who you are, and you have to know what you want, and you have to because you can't be out there scrambling like Eds, scrambling around trying to figure out who you are because you don't know what your needs are. So know who you are, know what your purpose is, and know what you want in a relationship. That way, when you talk to people, you will attract those people who you are looking for. If you're talking to someone, they're not the right person, then they may be just a social, person that you can socialize with and things of that nature, and keep it moving. Once you get into a relationship and start exchanging conversation and start feeling one another in such a way, and you know exactly what you want, then I think you'll find exactly that person will see your basic needs just by the way you carry yourself, by the way you present yourself. I need a woman who loves God, who's gonna fear God totally. I need a woman who's gonna, not get upset and go in the other room or for about 2 weeks and then come back out and then ready to talk and expect you to apologize. They know it was the wrong. I need someone who's going to take accountability. So, you got to know what your worth is, so they'll be able to see what your needs are. And sometimes they see your needs without you even speaking it.
Right. But you got to be careful too, because sometimes women have been so scorned in the past from you. Are y'all familiar with the term "one bad apple can spoil the bunch"? Right. Sometimes women have been so scorned or so broken in the past that it's hard for them to even give a man an opportunity to lead, or even for them to give a male respect or the props they need to understand really the direction that they should be going in to some perspectives.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But that's what you call a person who's fishing around, who's not mature enough to wait until they are delivered from whatever baggage that they are carrying. Because they should never end. I love it when people say, I'm not ready to go into a relationship. I really respect those people that say that. But when you just want to be with somebody just because, and you still carrying a lot of your baggage around, that's immaturity.
But what about when you see the potential? What about when you see the potential in a person and they've been broken so bad they don't understand how to fulfill your basic needs in a relationship because others have given them so much bull crap in the past? See, you got to have the discernment or that spiritual eye to understand what they're going through or what they're dealing with and be able to see the potential in them or be able to see beyond where they're at in that particular season. Because a lot of times, women don't even open up and try to see their needs because of what the hurts, the past hurts, the past emotional distraught situations that they've been through.
What kind of picture that Jimmy got up there?
Oh no.
This guy here, man.
With them eyelashes, bro.
That's what it was.
With them perm lashes, man.
But I get what you're saying, Church. Because you can, because I'm not saying you don't have I'm a person, but before you get deep into a relationship, because I had met someone like that was just as that you know, and I saw the potential in that person. I felt like, man, I can help this person. You know, I can give this person what they need. I can love this person, you know, and accept them. I can accept them, but at the same time, are you ready to be accepted? You can accept someone in your life, but the question is, are they ready to be accepted? What I mean by that, you can give love, but are they ready to receive your love? Or do they still have walls up?
I totally agree.
So I'm looking for someone.
That's where discernment comes in. See, you have to acknowledge, and then you have to pick and choose your battles wisely. Because sometimes you can be wasting time or spinning wheels because a person isn't ready to develop based on what they've been through. But you have to also know. See, it's a difference between knowing and understanding. When you say you know a person, you might just know them for face value. But when you understand the person, you're saying, hey, I understand their condition. I understand what they're dealing with. And I'm willing to take the time to build and try to help them work out their feelings and emotions for the betterment, if not only for myself, but for the next person that they're going to be involved with.
Right. Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that most women really know what men basic needs are in a relationship?
No.
Now, Jim, why you say that?
Look at us. Look at us. You would know if they knew. You know, come on. We'd be like, well, motherfuckers trying to travel like this. You don't see that, do you? No, you don't.
No, you don't.
If I can put myself in a woman's shoes and look from that side, I think what they would probably say is they don't think some men do because they don't communicate well.
Okay.
And
I can see that.
And I think that's what some women would probably say is men don't communicate as well on what do you really want.
But you know why? I'm gonna tell you something that women don't get though, because I think by nature we're not the best communicators, but they're supposed to teach us how to communicate. The problem is they don't want to do their homework on men. They don't want to dig deep and really learn who that man is. All of us talk. You just got to know how to get to it. And instead, they need to dig deep, do their homework, study that man if he's a good man, figure out how to get to him. Everybody, there's always a way. If you study that, we are very repetitive. And then when you get us talking, we tell you everything. Study that guy, and then I think that's where you find it.
But you gotta be very careful too when you're telling women to study men, because 99% of the time, all men are never gonna open up to any woman, because
not any. But this is what I'm saying though. They have to. If she really want to get to know you and you good, you have to dig deep. And you got to know, church, everybody's not willing to do that, because some people think that they're the prize all the time. Instead of recognizing they have a gift right in front of them, and you know what, I like this, I'm going for this. And I just think that some people just don't have to dig deep, because you really owe it to yourself, because you don't know what you're marrying nowadays.
That's right.
People,
honestly,
even say
you got to think about it like this. It's just like a house. It's just like you take a house, right?
Yeah.
If one of the people up here making comments on this show, right? If one of the people making comments show up to my door, even though they've been commenting on the show and I don't know who he is, am I gonna open my door? You understand what I'm saying? It's just like with the male seed. As men, we're not gonna just open the door to any and everybody. It doesn't matter what they talking about, how good they talking. It's a process to getting a man to open up. So it's going to be hard to kind of fulfill a man's basic needs when you never got him to open the front door to start with.
True. So in your opinion, then, the one that actually get there is the one that figures it out, gets you, right?
I'm not going to say they necessarily get you, because just because
no. We're talking hypothetically now. I'm talking to you. She dealt with you. She won something. She gained it. Right. There's no question in that.
Understand this. I understand what you're saying about that, but guess what? It's a difference now. You have to understand there's a difference between dating and being married. You understand? Just because a woman is dating, y'all got in a relationship or whatever, and you did open the door to her, guess what? She's still not obligated to you, and you're still not obligated to her. It doesn't even, because guess what? You don't have those papers. You don't truly have that title. The world system says you do because of how the world operates and functions. But when you look at it from biblical principle or biblical perspective, you've never seen nowhere in the Bible where it talks about a boyfriend and a girlfriend. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you're looking from the perspective of a concubine. And then when it comes to a concubine, you having sexual relationships with women. So now there's other doors open that create soul ties, but that still does not mean you've met the man's basic needs.
Right. But still, at the end of the day, though, if you choose someone, she had the edge on everyone else. So there's still something that she did, and you is the one that makes you feel that you're at your best. The one that makes you happy, the one that goes the extra mile, the one that shows you something ain't no other woman showed you, the one that shows she cared and really invested her time in you more than any one of them. And that requires her to really be into you. And only way you really know is she studied you. She know what you like. And it's obvious she's into what you're into. So to me, at the end of the day, I think that.
I think when you find someone like that noticed you, that means they are desiring you. That means they are seeking you out and seeing, is this someone who I can have, whether it's a friendship, companionship, relationship, or see a marriage in. When they start noticing your favorite, have you ever watched shows, they say, and the female asks, did you even know my favorite color? Do you even know what type of food I like?
Right.
If you're not noticing those things about what a man likes, or in this case, what a woman likes, then you're really not putting forth interest in getting to know that person, because all you want is just conversation or the bedroom. I'll just be honest with you. I heard some people with people and they don't even know the person's name. So are you there what is your purpose? Are you there just for the enjoyment? Or are you there to, and I'm gonna tell you, when you find a person like we was talking about, church, as far as someone who has some walls up, you really have to take it slow with them, and you really have to be patient. And I saw somebody post something today on Facebook. They said sometimes you have to be patient with trying to get the cookies. Sometimes you have to get to know somebody, and just feel them out, right? and see what their desire is. And when they get mad, you got to expect them to go off at times because they dealt with that baggage relationship that is troublesome. So you got to expect that will come. So the question is, how are you going to respond to it once it does come? Because you know it's going to come because you already know something about that.
The Bible says you have to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. In other words, you can't hurt and touch on feelings and emotions that you know have been broken in the past. And that's where wisdom kicks in. You understand? And with that wisdom, you can build the relationship where they will begin to open doors, where they will begin to be drawn to you, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally. You understand? Because you're going to begin to break barriers and tear down walls that they're dealing with within their lives. And it can be certain things that you might say that will make them rebuild that wall in a matter of minutes, in a matter of seconds. So you have to be very careful. That's why I was saying, like, as pertains to being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. That's why most of the time when you're building a relationship, it's better to listen than to be a talker. You know what I'm saying? Like Proverbs 4:1 says, hear ye children, the instructions of a father, and attend to no understanding. In other words, show up to listen so you can begin to understand the person, where they coming from, where they at, and how they're feeling.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we're about to end the day. Any last remarks, Jimmy?
Teresa Watson says, I'm not taking this serious. So what I'm going to say is this. Like I always say, men stand on their 10. The woman that wants you will want you and give you what you need. And it's simple.
I agree with you, Jimmy. I agree with you. Plain and simple. I think that's the problem. We're not keeping it simple no more.
Nah,
we make it way more complicated than what it is. Make it way more complicated. All right, you guys, we're at the end of the day. Man, we could have went on for a little bit longer, but time is up. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week at 7:30. Meeting in ladies' room at 7 o'clock, and Man Cave Conversation at 7:30. Other than that, we are out. See y'all next week.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Fellas.
Man Cave Sundays. Let's do it.
We got women up in the club trying to drop it like it's hot. See how his mind is.
Conversation. This is the place where the men gonna let it all out. Be honest, be transparent, man. The leaders and fathers, as men, we understand the nature of men is to be protected.
Women with Dorito booties.
Why you had to go there?
Dorito. What's a
See,
Dorito?
Jimmy.
See all of the thong.
But
Yeah.
It may not have been a thorn at first. It may turn into one.
Well, that's where you have a big. That's where you have a big booty. In other words, we need our women. What we don't need. I'm not going to say that extra bullshit, but we're not going to get into that. I'm just saying.
No.